What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. So I'm at this shipper in Iowa, okay, and this is not an unusually crazy situation or anything like that, okay. This is kind of just normal, par for the course type of stuff. But I get questions a lot about full self-driving for semi-trucks and about, like, what are you going to do when you can't work anymore because the full self-drive takes over? And I made a whole big long video about it a couple of times and didn't post it, okay? I just want to say that full self-driving is not going to happen in my lifetime for big trucks, okay? And I'm going to just give you one example of why. I've got a million stories I could tell you that are way more horrible than this, like way more horrible, okay? So I'm at a Hormel plant in Iowa, okay? I pull up. The GPS does not know where it is. The GPS thinks this is somewhere else, but I have to find it anyway. So I pull into this place, a little bitty driveway that comes all the way up, okay? The sign out there that you can't see points me this way for shipping and to the left that way for receiving, okay? So I pull up to where it says shipping because I'm picking up a load, and I pull up in here. Now, the sign right there next to the door that you can't see says all drivers must check in at the front office, okay, which is the other way. So I've already split off this direction. So what do? I make a U-turn in this little bitty space. You can't go around because that little white sign says no trucks. So I make a U-turn, I come back around, I make this first right, which is not an easy turn, it's a tight turn. It goes back this way, you know. So I pull up to the front of the building, I go inside, then I push the little call button in there, and they say, no, you're supposed to be over there on the other side of the building, and then you just pull up in there and park and wait until they move a trailer that you can get into a door. So then I have to, you can't see it from here, but on the other side of that building, there's a little spot over there where they unload trucks, and you have to make a U-turn where there's not very much room, and then come through the parking lot where all those cars are, which is posted no trucks, and then come back up and make this tight-ass little left right there to come back up in this same spot where I was in the beginning, okay? Now, when I get in here, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to back into that door, or am I supposed to wait for them to move trailers, okay? So I go over to this door. This door you cannot get in. So I'm beating on the door, waiting for the guy to come out. He comes out. I say, okay, so I'm just supposed to back into this door or what? And he says, no, wait till they move this trailer and then back it into that door, okay? Now, you think that full self-drive can read that number on that door right there, 7? Or do you think that might think that that's door J? You think it can read that? Do you think that even if they said door 6 or whatever that door is, you think they could figure out what door is supposed to be waiting on? There ain't no number. Number's on the door. Okay, you think it's going to know when they come and move that trailer that it's supposed to back in there? And if it does, is it going to be able to back this truck up and get all positioned so that it can back into that door right there? You think that full self-drive, autonomous semi-truck can do all that, can figure all that out? Nothing is cut and dry. Nothing is standardized in this business. Okay, this is not an unusual situation, and this isn't even a very small lot. While it seems small, it's not very small. This is actually plenty of room for me to navigate. Some places are tiny, tiny, and there's like, it's almost impossible to get into a door. This is an easy one, okay? So, like, you have to ask yourself, is a semi-truck that doesn't have a driver going to be able to do all this? And then what happens? When I get ready to back into a door, okay, you see those back tires right there? Let me see if I can point at them. See the back tires on that trailer right there? Those are called the tandems, okay? The very back tires. Now, those move. You have to get out of the truck and go out there and unlock them, and then get back in the truck and move the tires, and they have to go all the way to the back before you go into that door. You have to get out of the truck, break the seal on the back, open the doors. If you have load locks inside of there, you have to remove those, place them back on the truck. You have to slide those tandems back and then back into that door. Can a full self-drive, can a truck do that by itself without a driver? Hell no. There's not a single line or anything anywhere on this parking area. You got dirt up there. There's no lines for the self-driving to see or to follow. You know, there's barely lines in the area where you're backing into the doors, and that's all covered with dirt and sand. You know, there's nothing but just a little sign with instructions that tells you what to do, and those signs are incorrect. So how is an autonomous truck going to deal with all these situations? Do you really think that this little tiny little Hormel plant is going to put all kinds of computerized systems into place so that they can guide the truck and tell the truck where to go and communicate with the truck as to what it's supposed to be picking up, what they're supposed to load it with, tell it when it's finished, and then you got to close the doors, seal the trailer, move the tandems, and all this stuff in order to even be able to leave. Do you really think that all that stuff is going to happen anytime soon? Because I can tell you that it's not. It's not. I mean, even if they were able to teach the truck how to navigate all this, which I don't believe they can, at least not in the near future. It's one thing to have a truck going down the freeway in a straight line and maybe navigating some detours. It's another thing for it to do all of this stuff where the shippers are. Okay, and it's another thing altogether for them to navigate things like New York City, LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, New Jersey, these places that, I mean, I will have to swing way wide out into oncoming traffic to even make a right-hand turn. The streets are so crazy. Is it going to be able to do that? Is it going to be able to illegally cross 3 lanes to get way over to the left in order to make a right-hand turn? Is it going to be able to do that safely? Will it even be able to do that? You know, these are questions that you have to ask yourself when you're thinking about full self-driving on semi-trucks. It's just not realistic. The government and the regulators are never going to let that happen until it proves itself 100% capable of doing all of these things. And that's just not realistic, guys. So I wanted to post a video about that. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.